So the keys to passive solar design and the 5 elements of passive solar design that I want to talk through today. Number 1 is orientation, the big one that people often would hear about. Number 2 is windows and shading. Number 3 is thermal mass, which is arguably not quite in the designs, more in the specification, but the location of thermal mass is quite important. Ventilation, that'd be a lot to do with cross-flow ventilation, natural ventilation, not mechanical in this case, and zoning the home. So they're the 5 elements of passive solar design. So let's go. Number 1, orientation. So of course we're in the southern hemisphere here in Melbourne, Australia. The sun is low in the sky this time in winter, from say June to August at the peak of winter. Low in the sky, moving from east to west across the northern part of the sky, of course. Our winter winds often come from the north and northwest, but we can also get real chilly blasts from the southwest. In summer, of course, the sun rises much further in the northeast and extends well into the northwest. From peak summer to peak winter, I'm not sure if people would be too privy of this, but the sunlight availability from peak winter to peak summer is 5 hours and 25 minutes. So we get 5 hours and 25 minutes more sunlight in summer than we do at the depths of winter. That's a big, big difference. And of course, our summer winds predominantly from the south and southwest. That's where we get the cool change from, and there's, of course, natural cooling opportunities there. So with regards to orientation, we won't go into block-specific, site-specific orientations here, but just in brief, we want to keep our living areas open to the north as much as practical. Bedrooms are ideal on the east to help with our circadian rhythm. We wake up with the sun, which would be nice if we could wake up to the sun every day, not our alarm clocks. The next best placement of our bedrooms is on the south. We sleep better when it's cooler. So we absolutely do not want bedrooms on the north side of the home, hogging all that beautiful northern sun that we capture in winter and the shoulder seasons, and our bedrooms just get far too hot at the peak of summer. So ideally, our amenities such as bathrooms, laundries and pantries are best on the south side of the home, or bathrooms and laundries could also work well on the west, which I'll explain in a moment. We want to protect the home from the western sun in summer. So we want a barrier from the western sun to our living rooms, and especially our bedrooms. But certainly pantries, we don't want pantries on the west because they can get too hot. Pantries, of course, food stored. We want that food to last as long as practical. So we don't want pantries on the west. We want pantries on the south. And as I said, we want to protect our homes from the western sun. So this can be a good location for garages, as I said, amenities such as the laundries and the bathrooms, or even pergolas. One thing I must note, so I visited Palm Springs in 2024, and beautiful homes there. It's just an incredible place to visit. I timed it well for Modernism Week. They had all these beautiful mid-century homes open. A lot of these homes were built, of course, mid-century, before air conditioners. And Palm Springs gets mighty hot. It would average about 40 degrees during summer. And what they did there with their passive solar design is they had massive overhangs. Intention and what that outcome was, the sun didn't even hit the external walls. So it wasn't just glazing that they protected, but the whole external barrier of the home. And this would have been a time of no insulation as well. That's why a lot of block and brickwork was applied there. Thermal mass, again, which we'll talk about in a moment. But I was really fascinated by that. Of course, that's how you design in the desert. You keep the sun off the exterior fabric of your walls, and that works incredibly well.